Today we're going to take a look at two features in Apple Maps. One is called Apple Flyover Tour, and then the other one I'm going to show you is basically how to do your own tour in 3D. So let's begin. First we're going to start. I'm going to click on this icon, which is the Apple Maps icon. I'm going to press on this little airplane at the bottom. And now you'll see that I'm down at my current address. And what I want to show you is if you press on this eye on the bottom right here, you can tap what says 3D map. And notice how the map just kind of tilted slightly. It's really hard to tell it's still 3D, but once you start zooming in, you'll notice that the buildings pop up. Now, I can adjust the tilt on this by putting two fingers, one finger here and one finger here, and sliding them both up at the same time. So let's do that. So here I've got the two fingers sliding them up, and you see now how I can zoom into buildings. I can look at the area that I'm at, and what you're looking at right now is Aventura, Florida. That's where I live. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see this is Sunny Isles Beach. And I'm going to slowly go down the beach a little bit so you can see all the high rises. And then I'm going to show you some of the cool features of this. So this is a very cool way if you want to just explore around and see what's in a certain area, see what a park looks like. The building I'm looking for should be coming up shortly. Okay, here's the building. I'm going to turn off labels just to make it easier to view. Okay, and then this is the building I want to show you. This is called Aquilina. Now, isn't that pretty cool? Now, if I wanted to, I could put two fingers on the middle of the screen and slide down. And you'll notice again the perspective changes as if the angle changes. And then I can put two fingers on the screen and pretend like I'm going around a watch dial in a circle. And you'll see how it turns the whole building around. Now, what is this useful for? Well, number one, it's fun just to check out buildings, or if you want to put images on your site or use images for something. It's a very cool way to do it. And another thing, if you're a realtor and you wanted to show pictures, this is also another way to show a building. Maybe it doesn't, if you're looking at homes and they don't have any pictures from outside, this is a very cool way to do it. If I tap to get rid of all these little icons, all I have to do is tap once on the screen and you'll see that they disappear. Now what I'm going to do, since I want to take a snapshot of this, is I'm going to take a screenshot by pressing the home button, which is this button on the bottom, and the power button on the top right. If you have an earlier version of an iPhone, this is an iPhone 6. If you have an earlier version, the power button's on top. You would just press the home button and the power button at the same time, like this. Okay, so I just took a snapshot. Now, I can also show you what Sunny Isles looks like. And you can zoom in. I mean, this is a very, very cool. Look at that. It's like we're just going down Sunny Isles Boulevard. So I could do that. So here I'm taking you on a tour. We're going down Sunny Isles Boulevard. This is Flyover Beach. And we're going to continue down because I want to show you here. We're coming up on Bal Harbor. This is the infamous Bal Harbor. You can see all these fancy buildings and hotels, the St. Regis. Now here we are. We've reached the end of South Beach. So I want to take a look at South Beach. This is the famous South Beach here. right? So we can take a look at South Beach. You can see, and these are actual images that are taken from planes. I can change the view a little bit. Can zoom out a little bit. This is the famous cut here. All right, so I can zoom in on the cruise ships. This will look much better on your iPad, just because it's a much larger screen. But again, I can zoom in on the cruise ship. I can change the perspective. I can turn it. And again, all I'm doing is turning two fingers around, picture a round watch face, and picture the two fingers going around it, and that's how you turn it. And again, I can change the perspective. I can take a look into the pool, whatever we want. But as I continue, let's take a look at Miami. So here I'm coming into Miami. This is American Airlines Arena. Give you an idea of what the city looks like. This is Miami. You can see it's a pretty big city, a lot of tall high-rises. I'm going to show you something here pretty cool. We can zoom right in. And I can even turn it. And now you can see this right here is the famous Brickell Avenue. This is the financial district here in Miami. And I'm zooming up. This building is the Chase building. This is the Four Seasons. This used to be the Conrad, the Espirito Santo building. And you can see I'm just cruising right up Brickell Avenue. And I can turn. So again, it's very, very cool as to what you can do. When we come into Miami, you're going to see that you'll see the Met Tower. This is the Intercontinental Hotel here. Right? You can look down streets. You want to see what's down a street. Right? So you can see what's down the streets. You can change the direction. This is the Centrus Tower. And if you want to keep the same angle and just move down the street, you just use one finger and just slide your finger down and you'll see. Okay, so that's the 3D view. One other thing that I want to show you that see, it'll show me where I am. So this is Cutler Bay, Palmetto Bay, Pinecrest. Okay, so here's Coral Gables. So let's go back and take a look at this Coral Gables Estates. This was the house that we were just looking at. Now let's see, for whatever reason, I decided that I like this property. All right. You can see what it looks like from the side. Now, if I want more information on a property, I can just put my finger directly on top of the house, hold it there, and you'll see that it drops a pin. And not only that, but it'll show you what the address is. So you could go to the property tax records and look up the house and see who owns it. So I think that's very cool. This is good if you're a realtor or if you're just interested in checking out neighborhoods. Okay, the next thing I'm going to show you is something called 3D Flyover Tours. Okay, so I'm going to go back into Maps. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that drop pin. Now here's what I want to show you. If you can see right here, there's a little circle and there's another circle and they both say 3D. And if you look up here by Fort Lauderdale, it also says 3D. So let's say I press one of these, right? See how it says Miami Beach Flyover City and Tour. If I press Tour, Apple has already created flyover tours of many of the different cities in the country and actually around the world. You'll see that a lot of the major cities in Europe are there, Asia, and the United States. And you see that they'll show you at the bottom, they'll put the label of what you're looking at. They'll show you some landmarks, etc. And again, this looks much better on the iPad or on a larger display than the iPhone, but it is very cool. And you can take these, they have them for Rome, for Venice, all over Europe. So if you have some time and you're interested in checking out different cities, seeing places you might want to visit, this is a very, very cool tour. I'm going to stop it right now. I'm just going to tap it and end, because right now what I want to show you, I'm just zooming out because I want to show you all the spots that have this 3D flyover. So you see, you can see the two 3Ds here. Now watch, as I go out, you're going to see Atlanta. Up here they have a 3D. If I go up the East Coast, you'll see New York, Philadelphia. So let's go to New York, for instance. Press tour. And now you'll see that it'll take us on a 3D flyover tour of New York City. So here you can see this is a 3D flyover tour of New York. Now for some reason the screen keeps freezing on the computer, but as I'm looking at my iPhone right now, it's a smooth transition throughout. And you can see here's New York City, Manhattan, Battery Park area. And they'll take you around, shows you the Brooklyn Bridge, different places. So I wanted to show you this because they have this for many different cities. You can actually go to Google and type in Apple 3D flyover cities, and you'll find a place where Apple will list all the cities that they have the 3D flyover tours. Or, if you prefer, you can just find them right on your screen. And again, the way to do that, what we said before, we're just going to zoom out. Alright, so I'm just zooming out. And you can see here's New York, Toronto. Just fixing the orientation. Atlanta, Memphis, New Orleans, Houston. You can see they're all over the place. And then if we go around, even though it's dark in Europe right now, if I go in, see I have for Rome, Marseille, Milan, Paris. So you can see they have these 3D flyover tours all over. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you subscribe to my blog, and I look forward to our next session. Have a great day.